Hello, hello, welcome back to another day of streaming. So happy Juneteenth, everyone. This is a US holiday for those outside of the US, which is why I'm streaming today. Otherwise, I usually just stream on the weekends at the same time, so 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's just dive right into it. Here we go. So last time we started day 6, but we only got to solving the puzzle on the card we got in between different days, which is why we don't have that puzzle anymore and we don't have the card anymore, but we are definitely ready to start the day here in our little shop. So yeah, let's get right into it. Oh, before we do that, let's pet our cat too. Aww. All right. I can never get any peace in my house. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. And she wants St. John's anvil. I feel like in modern times, maybe in this time period in which this game takes place, it might also be feasible. But most people, if they think that their surroundings in their home end up being too loud, they go out to other places to do their work. It seems like this lady here is a writer. I don't know. I feel like most people would opt for a library or a chill coffee shop to do some writing. But yeah, I do understand that sometimes it can be pretty hard to focus on things when there's just too much noise going around. Anyway, I think she wants St. John's anvil right here. Okay. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant from the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to still be heard. Okay, and I like this little reference and nod to St. John's poppy, which was a plant that showed up pretty early on in the game in Strange Horticulture, the other game made by the same devs of this one. So that's cute. Anyway, wow. And I'm pretty sure this is a picture of St. John's poppy. But the descriptions on the left side of the page never say anything about the actual design of how St. John's anvil looks like. So I think we'll just have to sort of blindly guess and check with the items that are not yet labeled and see if any sort of help dampen sound. AKA, we should not hear as well. Okay, nothing to remark for this one. Nothing to remark for this one. Every sound has become both louder and clearer, so the exact opposite of what we want. Nothing to remark here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. And again, I've put all of the items I've labeled in the past days up on the top row on both sides, as well as this one down at the bottom. But this was where it was originally, and I think it doesn't really interact or get in the way of the other objects. So I think it's fine the way it is, right at the bottom. Nothing here. I also kind of am a little bit pissed that for this item, they didn't even say if it was a pendant or an object. I would assume it's an object, but just to be on the safe side. Okay. Oh, okay. Sounds are muffled in its presence. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. It doesn't have to be an object. Maybe it's a pendant as well. Just to be safe, I'm going to go through the other objects as well, just to make sure that there isn't one that says, oh, you can't hear anything. Nothing to remark here. Nothing to remark here. Nothing to remark here. Nor here. Or here. Or here. Nothing here. Nothing here. I was expecting it to smell worse than it does. Okay. That's cute, but not what we need. This one is a strong odor, and when I shake it, it rattles. I don't think we need that. Oh yeah, I also have these 3 things up at the top, but they're not labeled, so yeah. Nothing here. Oh, my bad. These are labeled. Let me put them down. So everything is still consistent. Alright. Nothing here. And smells like a raw egg. Yeah, no. Okay, so this is the only object we have that is available for us to use that is about dampening or deafening sound. We also have a couple of items in this like portion of the shelf, but it's locked. So yeah, not really sure what's up with that or if we'll ever get to them at any time. We probably will, but I'm not sure when. So yeah, all right, let's just try this out. Cool. The leaves in the design are similar to the leaves in the sketch of the plant. Oh, so the plant does have like some design element to this item. That's interesting. I was not thinking that far, but okay, yeah, now that I'm thinking back, it does make sense. But yeah, I think the more like the more standout description clue is the one about the sound. So yeah, closer inspection reveals that it does indeed muffle sounds. Cool. All right, and we got new pages for the book. Overall, I would say that this game is a bit more tricky than the other one. I have been having some trouble with some of the item like finding parts / clue solving aspects. But I guess nothing too horrible so far, but we'll see how it goes as the days progress because we're only on day 6. But yeah. Okay. New dude, you must be the thaumaturgist's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. And speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. Okay. Interesting how this guy wants to trade with us. But also, for a bit of a recap, this is actually not our shop. It's the shop of this guy called Eli, and I forgot his last name. But yeah, he sometimes shows up because he's helping around with things in like the city. And we're in the city / town of Undermere. So yeah, so we're just Eli's apprentice. But we're looking after this shop. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. Okay. Elva stone. Elva stone. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection that is often reflected in their design. Okay. So the metal is supposed to be related to like the Selenic discipline, and I think Selenic also refers to like the moon. And the next bit says that this is also reflected in their design. So I think we're looking for an item that has some sort of a moon or like lunar motif, but we also want to maybe check out the metal. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. We do have this book that was given to, oh yes, this is our mentor, Eli White. But we do have this book that was given to us, or I think we maybe found it, but it's about gemstones, not really about like metals. So yeah, like here, moonstone is Selenic, but that's all in the book. Yeah. So I guess we don't really know much about metal. But let's just start off with looking for an item that has some sort of like a moon or a lunar motif. And right off the bat, I can see a couple. Let's start with this one. We got a moon right here. Oops. We want to go to color and composition, maybe for some clues about the metal. And it's silver? Oh, and it's stone at the bottom. Okay. How about this one? Cool to the... cool and smooth, and then this one is rough and pitted. Maybe perception? Ethereal quality to it. But nothing about, like, pain relief. How about this one? There's a moon at the very top. It's gold and stone. Okay. How about inner perception? Nothing to remark. Okay. How about this one? We see some like moon or crescent moons on the side, and then maybe like one big moon in the middle. But it's a pinkish gemstone and stone and bronze. Okay. How about perception? Wow, really? I'm thinking either this one or this one right now. I do kind of like this one because this one says it's a pinkish gemstone, and I think in the book I was just flipping through, it was talking about how moonstone is a gemstone that's selenic. Oh wait, hold on. This is a stone, right? A gemstone? And in the book it says planetary metal. And honestly, I feel like silver isn't too far off, I would say. Like, if you were to come up with a metal that's closely related to the moon, I would choose silver. Or something that's like, you know, grayish of color instead of bronze or gold. I think this one was bronze, right? Yeah. I think we should do this one. Also, it said it had some sort of like energy when you like tried to do the inner perception thing. Yeah, a ethereal quality to it. Okay, wait, let me check if there's anything else. Oh, this one is also has a little moon. Oh, wait, but this is made out of wood, I think. Yeah. Okay, I think it's this one. It's the only one that's like completely metal if you disregard the stone base. Yeah. Let's just try it out, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, cool, that was it. Nice. Yeah, the design features crescent moons, a reflection of the selenic, and the metal is silver, also associated with a moon. I'm kind of curious how you would get to know the second... Oh, yes, right, because he said trade, so we got a new item too. Anyway, I was going to say, I'm kind of curious how you would go about getting, like, the second part, like, confirming it to be true. Oops. Because... like, I don't think we have a book on metals, per se. But yeah. Okay, this is a common face that... I mean, not common. A familiar face that we've seen a lot. I've been doing some more reading. See what you make of this. Cool. Oh, nice. So she just gave us some more pages in the book. Okay, that fisherman they found yesterday had been had been up at Wyatt Beck. So I'm going to see if I can find anything out there. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says, go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. But this sentence means that there has to be someone else to deal with it. And I don't think there are too many capable people in Undermere right now. So yeah, I think you're still a great match. For solving the issues surrounding our city/town. Let me finish reading what she's saying. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with. But there isn't anyone else. But here we are, and here I am. Okay, yeah, exactly. There isn't anyone else. They do it all wrong anyway. Okay. Yeah, a little bit arrogant, but also kind of true. I mean, last time in Strange Horticulture, we did see how awesome and successful we were in defeating the big bad, like, creature thing. And she was of a lot of help. Or at least, yeah. Wait. Yeah, I think she did do something, like, pretty big in the fight. But then also, she's just, like, always been, like, poking her nose around and giving us clues and stuff. So, yeah. Go you. Alright. Oh, I guess just popped in to give us some pages of the book and to say hello. Cool. Next customer. Okay. I've been wearing a pendant that I found in the library and it does something to me. I don't see it on your neck. Oh, it gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. I was lost in the library for, oh my goodness. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. Okay, so that explains why it's not on her neck. It is rather pretty though. Someone told me I need a Cussack purifier and that this is the place to get one. Sure, we can try to find that for you. But yeah, interesting that you find a pendant. Oh, wait, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Because based off her story, she said that she found the pendant in the library and then was stuck there because it made her want to keep on reading. And then she finally got it off, also in the library. So it's like she's trying to start, or like, not she's trying to, but it's just this pattern of actions is going to keep on going on and on until someone like eventually gets rid of that pendant or hands it over to us. We'll gladly take it. But yeah, kind of interesting how it happens in the library and then it ends at the library. So it just keeps on being there. Anyway, all of that was for nothing. Let's try to get her the actual object. So, Cussack Purifier, a small topaz gemstone known as the Eye, is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spear or vinegar. Small tokens, such as rings or amulets perhaps, submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple, imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there's a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Okay, so we want a gemstone placed in some strong smelling liquid. I think we know where we should go. Right here. Because when I was looking at the scent and sound aspect of this earlier, for I think the anvil, St. John's anvil, the one about like deafening or dampening sound, I like checked over this bottle too, and it said it had a strong odor, and then also when I shake it, it rattles. And I don't know if you could hear it, but whenever I like mouse over the bottle when using this inspection tool, yeah, it makes like a little like cling cling kind of sound. So yeah, there's definitely something in there that is hard and round, or not round, but like hard in substance. And topaz matches that since it's a gemstone. So I think we are on the right path. This should be it. Here you go. Awesome. Yep. Oh. The label bears the symbol for vinegar. Okay, I guess I wasn't like that precise in checking the symbol. But when we did do the inspection for scent and sound, it did tell us about scent, which was like a strong, pungent like scent. So that corresponds with vinegar. All right, closer inspection reveals that there's a small object rattling inside. Yep, cool. All right, we got new pages for the book. Hope you solve that issue with the pendant in the library, miss. All right, next customer. Oh, this is the friend of ours from Strange Horticulture. She really likes the cat in that shop. And then she also works at the library, I think. And she keeps on giving us hints and clues and stuff. Like more book pages and also maybe some hints for locations to go to. But overall, she was, I wouldn't say a huge help, but she did do a lot to help us. And I like how at the end of that game, she came to us in like the epilogue portion and like quizzed us on the remaining plants that we have yet to identify. So it was like a nice little tie-up of like figuring out what each plant was and what it was called and all of that good stuff. So that was cute. Anyway, I completely skipped over all of her text, so let me just read it over. All right. I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? Interesting. It's very old, perhaps the oldest building in Undermere, according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. Yeah, especially if he wasn't the one to like found or open the shop. Like if it was around and alive and well like before him. Like if he had like more mentors, like generations of mentors before him. Okay. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter? Plinths? Okay. I have learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths. And this journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night. See what you can make of it. Okay. A little sticky note. Yeah, let's bring this back to the table and read. Alright. Alcove key. Horned shackle. Evocant. And then a moon something. The writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. Okay. Oh, I think I know what she's talking about. I guess I'm not really sure what a plinth is, but based on clues and deciphering, yay. You'll see at the top of the screen right now how there's the little symbol with the two square, I guess diamond rhombuses, kind of, but they're squares just tilted on an angle. And they're like overlapping each other. The same one we see on the top of the sticky note. It matches with like, whenever I get close to the top, the little like go up button sort of pops up. But you can kind of see what I'm getting at. And then right below it, there are these three like things that stick out from the table. And it looks very similar to, not really similar, but it just sort of gives off the feeling that you should put stuff there. And you can see how it says alcove key, and then it lists three things, except the last one we don't really know. We all have to guess. But we can start off with these two. So horn, shackle, and evocant. Maybe if we're lucky enough, we have deciphered them already. Oh, and yeah, let's start with figuring this little puzzle out before we go ahead and take our next customer. Anyway, let me do some bookkeeping / organization. Let's move these two up. Move some stuff over. Cool. All right. Evocant I found. Let's go down. Hey, let's go down. No. Wait, let me go back a little. Maybe this way I can drag it better? Yeah, okay. So we want evocant, and just to be on the safe side, let's do it in the order of the note, so the second one. And then we want, oh look, when you put it down, it sort of like falls down and lights up. Wait, I'm kind of curious. This one definitely isn't one of the items. Does this do that? Oh, look, it even says, oh wait, no, never mind. My bad. So yeah, I guess it does the same thing. So no sort of like guess and check where you just toss the item in. Or at least, yeah, you'll have to do like permutations of 3, and that's just too much. Anyway, I think the next one was horn shackle, or the first one was horn shackle, so let's do that. And the last one is a moon something. Let's go to our book and see if there's anything that starts with moon. Oh, Moonstone Guardian, look. For the banishment of Hobbs' fear and Noctic sight. These tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. And it says Moonstone. Oh, I think I already know which one this is. Because we were just looking at the page in the gemstone book about Moonstone. And it says it's pearly opalescent, usually pink or an off-white. And there's really only one object. Oops, my bad. There's only really one object in our shop right now that has the depiction of a comforting guardian as well as the stone itself. And it's that object I was considering earlier, this one. I forgot why I was considering it earlier, but like because of the moon motifs. And you'll see right here, no, my bad. Let me go to color and composition. It's a pinkish gemstone, and you can see how it's kind of opalescent, where it's like not exactly like a pure color. There are like some bands or like lines throughout it. And it's pink. So moonstone, most likely. And then we also have, I wouldn't say this depiction of the lady is very comforting, but she's definitely not angry or anything, or like trying to like yell at us, because she doesn't have a mouth, and the eyes are closed, so very calming, I would say. And yeah, definitely a guardian of some sort, and more moon like motifs and symbols. So I think this is most likely, let's go down, Moonstone Guardian. Cool. Does that do anything? Was that supposed to open something? Maybe I was wrong? wrong is likely. But yeah. But I'm kind of curious though, was it supposed to do something? Like, what if we... No, that doesn't help. Let me close that. Yeah, that's the only object that starts with moon. None of the others have moon in them. Yep. Maybe this isn't Moonstone Guardian. You know what? Maybe we should take a look at these two. Hobsphere and Noctic Sight. My bad. I guess that's not it. Noctic Sight? Yeah, it all points to the same thing. These tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. Okay. And it says Moonstone. I guess that's not it. Yeah. Alright. I guess we'll leave it there for now. Or actually, let me bring her back up. Just in case someone needs it. I guess that wasn't it. Maybe this? Moonstone Guardian. Maybe let's do Inner Perception. What about Inner Perception for this one? Nothing to remark. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Alright. I'm not sure. Wait, let me just check one more time. Yeah, nothing else. Let me move this jar up too. But yeah, I don't see anything else that is a depiction of a guardian. Alright. Fine. Let's take our next customer. Hello. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. Okay. I've tried St. John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. Cute how he talks about solving deafness, and the other lady who we just had as our customer was talking about becoming more deaf. So yeah, nice to see these two sort of in the same day. Anyway, and he says he wants this because I would love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. Oh, that's cute. Okay, yeah, hearing charm. Let's go. Let's get you that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it supposed to unlock something? Yeah, I didn't hear any sort of like unlocking sounds, so I guess that wasn't it. But anyway, we oh my goodness, what did he just say? Oh yeah, hearing charm, right? Okay. Oh, interesting. A little rabbit. Oh, I already know what he wants. Okay, let me just read the paper, but yeah, I think I already know. A simple trinket that amplifies sounds. While generally used by the hard of hearing, they are a curiosity that can be enjoyed by young and old alike. And of course, they have more devious applications too, making it possible to eavesdrop on private conversations. But it's good that this man is not doing that. He just wants to hear his niece more. And just his family in general, I guess. Yeah, it's this one. Because first, it's most likely in the shape of an animal that is related to hearing. And the picture on the right had a rabbit. But bats are also pretty good at hearing things. For instance, like using echolocation. I guess dolphins too, but we have a bat right here. And why I wanted to talk about this was because when I was using inner perception earlier, if you hover over it, oh, my bad. Yes, with scent and sound instead. If you hover over it, as I've done like earlier, it says every sound has become both louder and clearer. So it helps with hearing things better. So yeah, so that's why I immediately thought of this item when I was reading that paper. So yeah, so let's hand it over. Cool. This pendant is in the shape of a bat, an animal known for its hearing. Closer inspection confirms it enhances hearing ability. Yes, nice. More pages in our book, and let's move this up. Oh, and that's the end of the day. You know, I really want to solve the puzzle. This one. Moon something. Let me close the book just to make sure nothing popped up when I opened or when I moved this down. Yeah, nothing pops up. And I've checked around the room too. This thing doesn't open either. I don't get any new objects. Maybe. Oh, my bad. That's not helpful. Yeah, nothing else around here. Nothing changes. Oh, I didn't know that the table could move like this. Okay. What if I go here? Let's go down. Yeah, nothing else. So yeah, I am not sure. I guess that was a hint. Wait, maybe we can use a hint. I'm down to doing one. Cause I feel like we were really on the right track with this. This feels like Moonstone Guardian, right? Cause it said moon something. All right, time to shut up shop for the day. Okay. All right, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm not sure. That really did feel like it. Like we solved it, but nothing popped up. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's put this statue back and let's just end the day. Okay, at camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once and recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Oh, and this is a continuation of the story about these two dudes who went grave digging or like splunking, and then they came across this little casket that was not the size for a human but was like much smaller. But it was very eerie, and I don't know why these two were doing this, but it eventually led to this guy, probably the one that's being described in this little snippet here, eventually getting something pierced in his head through his eye, maybe on his left side. Oh yeah, perfect, left eye. And now he, at the very start in this little snippet, he is riding a horse in the middle of the night, trying to get to the nearest city or like town area to get himself fixed. So yeah, fun stuff. Really not sure why they were doing this. These like dangerous activities. Don't go disturbing graves and caskets. I just feel like that's not polite to the person who passed away. And also just in general, you shouldn't do that in case you get haunted. So yeah. All right. Oh, and this is the part that gets us to a new little card for a new location for a new item. Wow, a mouthful. Anyway, this little shape is kind of interesting. Looks like a person, right? Yeah. Yeah. With one arm outstretched and one down. Cool. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. The maiden in the tower points the what? Hold on. I'm still kind of pissed about this one. But yeah. Oh, wait. One more thing that I haven't tried before we go solving the little thing with the card. I never tried like changing the orientation or the order of these items, right? Like what? Oh my goodness. Here, come back. Wait, let me just put her right here for now. And then maybe that way if I like accidentally move her away, she'll like fall back to this position. Okay, no. What if we did like this? No. I'm waiting for like some sort of like click sound. Wait, I think 6 permutations in total. Oh, how many did I try already? I don't remember. Did I do this one? Wait, one more. Okay, I think, yeah. Wait, did I do this one as well? One more, this one. All right, yeah, maybe this is just really not it. Okay, oops, my bad. Okay, all right, let me solve this one. Maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Okay, this sounds, or let's just go to explore first. What I was saying is this sounds very similar to the Undermere map and not this one, because it says out in the trees, and I'm pretty sure in this map of Gleeson Castle we cannot go outdoors, or at least there's just like a courtyard, but I don't think that's what it means. It's like I'm buried out in the trees feels more like a thing you would say about this Undermere map, where there are tons of little squares with trees in them. So yeah, so it said what? Lady in the Tower? Do we have a tower anywhere? We have Galfrey's Tower, which is in 22, which, 22 right here. Okay, but nothing about a lady in the tower. We also have... Actually, that's the only tower we have, I think. We have some other stuff like the Mary Bell. Oh, Bell Tower. Lady in the Bell Tower? Mary? Okay. 23, let's check where that is. Right here. Oh, okay. I think this is not a bell tower. Yeah, it does not look like a bell tower. It looks more like a pier for boats. Maybe the Mary is a boat, like that one that's in the pier right now. Yeah, I guess no. Yeah, you know what? Let's go check out Galfrey's Tower. Maybe we'll see a statue of a lady there? Yeah, I think it was this one. Okay. I climbed the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. I am not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the Maiden. Her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. And we got a cute little image of what it looks like. Oh, she's outside the tower. I thought she was like inside, but actually this makes more sense if people want to see her if they're like standing below. But nice. And the hint is that her outstretched arm points due east. Got it. So let's go back down to our table and let's do explore one more time. And I like how this time we can do 2 explores back to back instead of like trying to collect more will to explore or something, or whatever it was called in Strange Horticulture. Anyway, so due east, and we have this little thing at the bottom to tell you the directions. So east is this way. Oh, so like actually east. And what was it? It said, or the card, it said, I'm buried among the trees. Okay. So I guess to be precise, let's start here at the tower and directly go east. So boom, 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 right here. In 21. Yeah, because you wouldn't get to this plot of trees or this one, because that would make you like you would have to go a little bit like to the north or a little bit to the south. Sorry, let me get a sip of water. Okay, back to life. Yeah, it's pointing like you would go like directly east would lead you to plot number 21, this little thing in the middle with some trees. And it never said, like, or the hint in the card never said forest or anything. It just said plot of trees. So I feel like this is the right thing. Awesome. Okay. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved in a sturdy oak tree. Oh, I thought the clue card said buried, but okay. I look around, half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody here. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. That's cute. Oh, look. And that's what it looked like. Oh. Kind of spooky, this little object. But yeah, let's take our first customer of the day, I think. Oh, and it's Verona. I walked up to the beck a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened they were. Spooky stuff. Oh yeah, and to recap really quickly, a lot of the people that are victims in the current sort of like situation going on in Undermere right now, that's taking place, is that they find these people who are out of their minds, basically can't respond to anything, I think, and aren't really like thinking, and then their sort of like signature aspect of this disease or infliction or whatever is that their eyes are pitch black. I would assume that means pupils and like the whites around it. So it's like all of it is black. And yeah, and just overall there was spooky stuff. I mean, there was spooky stuff going around in the town slash city, such as ravens flocking around and sort of like circling certain buildings. And just overall being a menace. And they're thinking that the ravens are even like a medium for like the big bad in this story to get to these people. Like if you see ravens around your building, you better run, because they're there for a reason and not because they're just like chilling or something. So yeah, that's what's been going on. And she and maybe our mentor are exploring the situation. I think there's also a doctor involved. But and I think that doctor is not like she doesn't only deal with medical stuff, she also deals with a little bit of like the occult, so she's a good fit for this situation. But yeah, let me finish reading what Verona has to say. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. Yeah, neither do I. I'm on my way to Calgarth Hall now. I spoke to Dr. Robertson. Yes, this is the doctor I'm talking about earlier, and she said the two women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance and eyes all black. The symptoms that I was talking about. Before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. Okay, I don't exactly remember who Anna Bryant is, and I'm just organizing some of the stuff here. But I'll take whatever you give me. Oh, it's a letter. Okay. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about, second from the left in the row of 4. What? Okay, I don't think I know, but maybe I will when I open up the map. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago, and I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter. But I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Yours in faith, Anna Bryant. And I still don't know who Anna Bryant is, but I will take your clue and go exploring. Let me open the letter again. So, explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. So, like any of these things, because this is Lake Undermere. Okay. We take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island. Do we know where Naylor Island is? Oh, my bad. Right here. Naylor Island. Yes, okay. And row across from there. Oh, so northern tip of Naylor Island, and we know it's north because of this little arrow. So northern tip, and then we row across from there. So right here, maybe? And you know the one I'm talking about, second from the left in the row of 4? Yeah, this is a row of 4, and it's out along the lake, or it's a lakefront house, and kind of abandoned because it's around a farm. Oh, this is where Strange Horticulture is. That's kind of cute. Yeah, that's not a house, that's a shop. So, okay, this even further confirms, or maybe confirms, because this game has been denying my confirmations a lot. But yeah, these should be 4 houses in a row. And it's the second from the left, so this one. So we want to go to this block. Cool. Let's just try it out. Okay, nice. I don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. Oh my goodness. Okay. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, hopefully not blood, and large melted candles pool out onto the wooden floor on either side. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah, this image is kind of nasty too. And look at all the spider webs and stuff. This was just happening in like the backyard of strange horticulture. All right. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been there for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all, but after a while I notice an inscription that says simply, "I open to the voice." Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that refers to. But since it's asking for an item, let's go take a look. We want something with a voice. We got a breath. I don't think that's it though. Oh wait, here. Voice of Sir Nunos. Okay. The name the voice of Sir Nunos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Maybe this is it. And we've figured out what this is earlier, so we want this one. Okay, nice. The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. Cool. Aw, and it's a kitty. Oh, look at the little dude. And it has a moonstone in the middle. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think we're getting somewhere. Maybe. Also, we're good with this letter because we solved the puzzle. So let's just put it into archive to declutter our table. And let's go back to Moonstone Guardian. Yes, Moonstone and Guardian. Cats are definitely guardians. I would take this cat as my guardian any day. And look, it's a moonstone again. Look, the two stones are the same. It's that pinkish thing with like an opalescent finish. So yeah, look, light pink gemstone, and it's gold and it's cute. Aww. It's warm and smooth too. So comforting. I have nothing to remark and nothing to remark here. Okay, I think this is it. Let's move this lady back up because she was definitely not the one solving our problems. Come on, really? Really? That wasn't it? No. Okay, I thought that was it. Aww. But I really would take this cat as my guardian any day. Look, it's so cute. And it's like chill too. It's like, I mean, it's not smiling, but it feels friendly, if that makes sense. Okay, I don't think that's it either. This Moonstone Guardian thing is really bugging me out. But I guess we can't help it. Tricky little, puzzle. Yeah. Let's just take our next customer. Maybe we'll get more Moonstone related things along the way. And then one of them will be what we want. Because right now we haven't dealt with a customer where they require an item that we don't have. And I would assume that this little, solving this puzzle at the bottom would get us to new items. So yeah. Cool. Hello. I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. What a mouthful. It is not my intention to bring to your attention a matter of contention. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. For your part, a leaden heart of the thaumatic art. A lead heart. Okay, wow, thanks. That was a mouthful. But I can try to see if I can get you this. These items depict the god Sir Nunos in his non-human form. They are heavier than they look due to a core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. They are said to kindle romantic interest and are sometimes given as wedding gifts. That's cute. Okay. Sir Nunos looked like this, right? With the... Oh, my bad. No, not this. The item we just had, Voice of Sir Nunos, he looks like this. But this is his human-ish form. But I feel like he's a deer, right? So maybe we want a deer-shaped, a deer-shaped object. because it said these items depict the god Cernunnos in his non-human form. Okay, and then we also want to check to see if it's heavy. I think I know which one it's talking about. This one. Because the exterior is just clay. And it's textured. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. But let's try and weigh it out. Because we do have a scale here. And let's just try and go with 2 pounds. Okay, maybe that was a little too... Oh wait, no, I'm so silly. Okay, look. The side with the object is lower, meaning it's heavier. My bad. It's heavier than 2 pounds, which I guess you wouldn't expect of clay. Yeah, like clay, porcelain, bowls, and plates aren't that heavy. So I think this is it. Okay. So yeah. I really like the this little aspect of using this scale. I feel like it's something you would really use in a shop, kind of like this. I don't know. I just feel like it adds to the antique atmosphere of everything. Let's just use this item. Yep. Cool. So it was right. Using the index, I can remind myself that Cernunnos has antlers, suggesting his non-human form could be a deer. Exactly my train of thought. Using my weighing scales, I can confirm that the item is heavier than it looks. Also what I did. Cool. And we got more pages in our book. And let's move this up. And, oh, I guess we can move this over too. Yeah, cool. And we can take our next customer. Oh, this reminds me, we haven't seen the postman in a while. I hope nothing happened to him. Oh, okay, I'll read what this guy is saying. Oh, you're not Eli. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Good as new. Thanks. Oh. This thing has springs in it? Not what I was expecting, but okay. I'm moving these things around so I can shove it in here. Cool. Nice. Next customer. Ah, this is our mentor, Eli. It wasn't my intention to leave you unattended for this long, but I'm afraid I'm going to need to rely on you for a little longer. Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thanks. The Order of the Black Veil seemed more concerned by the ravens than the black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. Oh no, is this another creepy cult? Alright, they said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. This smells like a bad cult. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford and the Bodleian Library. I will be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer, but you seem to be handling yourself well here. Sir, I haven't solved your problem. I haven't solved this puzzle at the end, at the bottom right here. Care to give me a little hint on what to do with the third object? Maybe it isn't even Moonstone Guardian, maybe it's something else. And my bad, let me keep reading what he has to say. Cool. I do not see eye to eye with the head of collections at the Bodleian, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture. Hey, we have a shop in our town. It's not near us, I think, but it's called Strange Horticulture. If you go there, maybe they might have interesting little plants. Oh, right. Don't they have a plant that's like a universal symbol of friendship and friendliness? You can hand the guys at the Bodleian that plant. But I guess I should give him something too. I will take him a Scythian charm to smooth things over between us. But my dude, wouldn't a plant be better? Alright, I'll get you what you need. This one. Yeah, Scythian charm. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch when it is raining. Okay. So something of a plant motif, like this one. And it's made out of 2 planetary metals. I still don't know what planetary metals are, but I guess just metals in general. And one is gold, one is silver, so these are nice metals too. What was the hint about the feeling? They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. And I hear the rain, I see the raindrops on the window, so it's raining, so we want warm and tingly to the touch. Warm and vibrating with energy. My sir, I have, or wait, I shouldn't be calling him my sir. My mentor, Mr. White, I think I've got your thing right here. Cool. The item is made of gold and silver planetary metals. So maybe like common jewelry metals is what planetary metals mean? Or maybe these have relations to certain planets in the solar system, except I don't know which ones. Or wait, they did give us a hint, right? Silver is related to the moon. So gold, maybe the sun? Okay. The leaves hint at the horticultural use of the item. Agreed. Closer inspection reveals that the item vibrates in the wet weather. Yes. Cool. And we got... Oh, wait. That's that object that was embedded in the dude's skull. And by the dude, I mean the person from the story that happens in between days. You know, the guy who's riding on the horse now. 'Cause he was trying to open a coffin. But yeah, this is the doctor that I was mentioning, the lady who deals with patients with occult / sort of like cryptic symptoms. But yeah, I'm at a loss with these patients. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. I am finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained. Oh, and they are always trying to leave. If nothing else, strontium tea from a restful mother might get a moment of lucidity out of them. But if you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Okay. So, I have a choice between 2 objects. But before I do any of that, I find it kind of interesting that she says this line. I am finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained, and they are always trying to leave. First, the fact that these patients become violent. I thought they just became like mindless zombies where they just laid there or like sat there dully, and their eyes are pitch black and they don't respond to things, but they aren't like actively doing anything, if that makes sense. It's kind of interesting that they actually do have thoughts of some sort, and also that they're trying to leave. Why not just let them leave and see where they go? Like maybe they might go to some sort of like ritual happening, like some sort of like ritual circle, and then you can like stop that from continuing or something like that. Like sure, seems a little like extra in going out there, but it could be something you could do if you're totally stumped on solutions. But I guess that's none of our business. We're not even like a lowly shopkeeper. We're actually just an apprentice. So we cannot, or probably don't have the capabilities of solving super crazy problems like the one that's going on right now. So yeah, let's just get her the item. She wants restful mother or witch's finger. So again, let's take a look at both. First is restful mother. A mether is a thaumaturge's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the tranthium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Okay, but then she also said, maybe I have a better idea, so witch's finger is another thing. Okay, witch's finger. The witch's finger are said... Witches' fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. Oh my goodness. Okay, ma'am, maybe this is not the best idea, because if this doesn't cure, it will kill. And I don't see it curing. But it has cured people in the past. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let me try to get her restful mother. see what that looks like. Because this at least feels more safe. And it's a... Oh, it's like a cup. You drink from it. So a cup? A cup, huh? This is a... Oh, also we solved this one. So let me move it up. Oh my goodness. I've solved so many of these. Let me go back. This one too. And I forgot to put it up as well. Let me just move it here for a second and then go here. Yep. All right. All right. We're looking for a cup. So I'm a cup. Like this one. It's not a cup, but I feel like it has a flask-like shape. But now that I'm looking closer, it doesn't. Glass? Can we... Surprisingly warm. Oop. Nothing to remark. I don't think that was it. How about this one? I remember something about the... Yeah, it smells like rotten egg. Gold and green porcelain. Cool and smooth. Were there any other hints about this object? Let me see. Mather is a thaumaturge's link to the inner mind. Hot tea, drink from it. Different properties depending on the type of mather. Huh. This is the only thing you could drink out of, though. Yes? I can't believe there aren't any other clues. Yeah. Yeah, you can see this one, it looks like a picture down here. But we don't really have anything that is picture-like. And nothing in the back as well. So we weren't meant to open the table yet. Only this one. Let me just try... Let me just try it. That was not it. Okay. Let's be a little bit more careful. I say that as I don't know where to go. Honestly, maybe witch's finger is technically easier to find. But I don't want to result to giving them something bad. Let me do hint. Okay, I knew that. Restful mother. I have a clue that tells me which items I need to put on the plinths below the counter. No. It is this. It's asking me to solve this clue. But I've tried. It's neither of these objects. Let me just try one more time. Maybe now that I need it, it might do something. Ma'am, you see anything that popped up? Do you see anything? Nah, I don't. Yeah. Let me try the lady. You see anything? Do you see anything new? No, I don't. Okay, moonstone, and then something comforting. So, okay, this is not comforting. I'm pretty sure when I got this object, I said it was a little creepy, but maybe this is a moonstone? No, pale yellow orange gemstone, an orange gemstone, a turquoise gemstone. Anything to remark about the feeling? Nope. Let's just try it. Do we see anything new? I also don't. So I don't think that was it. Okay. You know what? Maybe now that we're here, we can maybe ask for another hint. I should look for items to go on the plinth. I should look up moon in the index and see if it leads me anywhere. Okay. Oh, so it doesn't have to start with moon? Huh. Okay. Okay, these carved totems for Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. And... okay, what's the other one? Oh, the Cussack Purifier. Maybe this one then, Selenic Totem? I think we had that, yeah. What? Oh, look at all of these now. Okay, hold on. Erg. Okay, now I'm kind of pissed off. It said moon something. Like, you would instinctively think that that meant like you would have moon as part of the object's name. But I guess that wasn't it. Interesting. Okay, let's leave. Alright, hi. I'm back. Let's put this little thing down in archive. I will organize this table later, or these objects later, but let's look at the pictures now. Okay. It's wood. Sharp aroma. Nothing to remark. Hard and somewhat rough. Wood, oak if I'm not mistaken. Golden paint. Sharp aroma. Oh, this reminds me of that stone. The one, yeah, this one. Oh, but it's a little different, right? Sharp odor. Strong odor. Sharp but not entirely unpleasant. Okay. Wood and dark purple gemstones. Did we have anything else? Nope. Okay. Just those 3 pictures. Huh. So I think I have to choose between which one to give her. Let's go back real quick. Restful mother. Oh, maybe it might be helpful if I looked here. So one of them had a feather, right? My bad. So it doesn't. Or oak? Oak is also not here. Wait, let me see. Can I just give her any of these? They all have sharp aromas, though. What about the dark purple gemstone? Maybe that's a better clue, since we do have a book on gemstones. Purple? Containment. I like the look of this. Wait, let me make sure that's the only one that's purple. Oh, wait, this one. No, bluish purple. I think that was it. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm not going to flip through the book anymore. I think we're good with this. Let's put it back. Yeah, let's give you this one. Cool. This item resembles the drinking cup in the sketch. It has several embedded iolite gemstones, stones of peace. Okay, my bad. So the other purple stone, which hint at its ability to induce a meditative state. I guess that's fine. Okay. Alright, I think, although we are not at the end of this day, wow, yeah, puzzles are getting way harder than they were in Strange Horticulture, but it is already 10:07 for me. Think this is where I want to end it for today. But we do have 2 other days next that I will be using to continue to play this game, namely Saturday and Sunday, the normal weekend days. So yeah, I will be picking this up from here tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of the day if it is still a day for you all, and enjoy the rest of tomorrow before we pick this up tomorrow again from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. See you all. Bye-bye.